Hello CS scholars. Today we will start Unit 5 from our English Grammar Magic book. Unit 5 Interrogative Sentences. Children, in our earlier video we learned what interrogative sentences are. See the definition. Sentences which ask questions are known as interrogative sentences. They end with a question mark. See the example. Is he writing? What are you doing? See children, both the sentences end with a question mark. So these sentences are known as interrogative sentences. Now today we will learn how to change an affirmative sentence into an interrogative sentence or a question. Let's learn this with few examples. Children, I have already told you about helping verbs. What are helping verbs, children? Is, am, are, was, shall, can, could, would, will, all are these helping verbs. Now, how we will change the position of these helping verbs to make an interrogative sentences? Let's see. I am beautiful. Children, this is an affirmative sentence and here am, it is an helping verb. And before this helping verb, your subject is I. And am shows which tense, children? Present tense. And when you will make this affirmative sentence into an interrogative sentence, you have to just place the helping verb before the subject. See the answer? Am I beautiful? And your starting letter should be capital and you will end the sentence with a question mark. See another example. She was sick. What is the helping verb? Was. Here I have not used any main verb or any other verb. And your subject is she. And the verb was shows past tense. What you have to do to make an interrogative sentence, children? Just you have to place this helping verb before the subject. And your interrogative sentence would be like this. Was she sick? See another example. You are waiting for us? Now here children, I have used two verbs. One is are, another is waiting. Are is the helping verb or you can say the first verb and your main verb is waiting. Are waiting shows which tense? Present continuous tense. And when you will change this into an interrogative sentence, your first verb or you can say the helping verb are will be placed before the subject. Here your subject is you. See the answer? Are you waiting for us? Your subject is you. Before the subject, you will place the helping verb and after the subject, you will immediately place the main verb. Here your main verb is waiting. So, it will be after your subject. See another example. You were reading a newspaper. Here, were reading. Here also I have used two verbs. One is were and another is reading. Were is your helping verb or you can say first verb. And reading is your main verb. And it shows which tense? Past continuous tense. What you have to do to make an interrogative sentence? The helping verb will be placed before the subject. Your subject is you. See the answer? Were you reading a newspaper? Yes, the subject is you. Before the subject, you have used the helping verb were and after the subject, your main verb will be placed. So like this, you have to make interrogative sentences and each sentence will be end with a question mark. Understood? Uses of do, does, did to make interrogative sentences. Children, in our earlier video, I have already told you that with which subjects you will use do, does, did. Now, let's recall that with the subjects he, she, it, this or any singular is there, you will use does. And with the subjects I, you, we, they, or any plural is there, you will use do. And did is commonly used with all subjects. Now look here. Look this example. She bakes cookies. Now here children, your main verb is bakes, and before this verb no helping verb is used, and this bakes shows present tense. And before this verb the subject is she, and with the subject she you will use does to make an interrogative sentence, and you will place the word does before the subject she. Does she bake cookies? And your main verb bakes will change into bake in the base form. See another example. He works for the government. What is the verb here children? Main verb works. And your subject is he. The verb shows which tense? Present tense. And with the subject he, you will use does to make an interrogative sentence. So, your interrogative sentence would be like this. Does he work for the government? Before the subject he, you will use does. And after the subject he, you will use your main verb in the base form. Works will change into work. Understood children? S or es will be removed from the verbs. See another example. You bake cookies. Yes, here also your verb is bake. And your subject is you. And if the subject is you, you will use do to make an interrogative sentence. And see the answer. Do you bake cookies? Yes. Your subject is you. Before the subject, you will use do. And your bake, the verb bake will be in the base form, bake only. See another example. We eat fruits. What is the subject? We. What is your verb? Eat. And it shows present tense. And if the subject is we will use do to make an interrogative sentence. Now, see the answer. Do we eat fruits? Now, your main verb eat will be in the base form. Understood? See another example. He ate fruits. Now, what is the verb? Ate. Your subject is he. And ate shows which tense? Past tense. And if the verb is in past tense, you will use which word to make an interrogative sentence? Did. Yes. Did he eat fruits? Your subject is he, and before the subject you will place did, and it will be in the base form. Eat, ate, eaten. So your base form is eat. See another example. They played hide and seek. Now what is the main verb? Played. And your subject is they. Played shows which tense children? Past tense. And if the verb is in past tense, you will use which word to make an interrogative sentence? Did. And you will place before the subject. See the answer. Did they play hide and seek? The subject is they, and before they you will use did, and your main verb played will change into play. And you will put question mark at the end of every sentences. Understood? Now be clear for this thing also children, that whenever you are using do, does or did, your main verb always be in the first form. Understood? Uses of do, does, did with has, have, had to make interrogative sentences. Let's understand this with few examples. She has a car. Here, your verb is has. And this sentence can also be said as she does have a car. Children, both the sentences are correct. But the first sentence is commonly used. She has a car. We generally speak like this only. But when you will change this sentence into an interrogative sentence, you will place do, does or did according to the subject, whatever the subject is. Now see, your verb is has. Before has, what is the subject? She. And with the subject she, we will use which word to make an interrogative sentence? Does. Now, you will put this does before the subject. Does she have a car? You have to split the verb has. Does plus have is equal to has. See another example. They have a pen or they do have a pen. Both are correct. But generally, this first sentence is spoken many a times. Now, whenever you will change this sentence into an interrogative sentence, your verb is have. And the verb is used with which subject? They. And with the subject they, you will use do. And you will place before the subject to make an interrogative sentence. Do they have a pen? Understood? See another example. He had a car or he did have a car. Both are correct. And when you will change this into an interrogative sentence, what is the verb? Had. Had shows which tense, children? Past tense. And for the past tense, we are using did to make an interrogative sentence. And you will place before the subject. Your subject is he. Did he have a car? Now children, here are few tips related to use of does, do and did. Does plus have is equal to has. And this verb is used with he, she, it, this, that. Do plus have is equal to have. And it is used with I, you, they, we. Or any other plural is there. Did plus have is equal to had. And it is commonly used with all for past. Now children, when you will make an interrogative sentence, you will split the verb has into does and have. You will do the practice, then you will do it easily. But keep these things in your mind. Understood? Let's see few more examples. He has taken the book. Children, in this sentence also I have used more than one verb. Two verbs I have used. Has taken. Has is a helping verb and your main verb is taken. And you will use this helping verb before the subject to make an interrogative sentence. Your subject is he. And see the answer. Has he taken the book? Before the subject he, you will use has, and after the subject he, your main verb taken should be placed to make an interrogative sentence. And you will end the sentence with a question mark. See another example. I have given the money. Yes. Which two verbs I have used here, children? Have, given. And what is the subject? I. So, your first verb have will be placed before the subject. See the answer. Have I given the money? Your subject is I and before the subject I have used first verb have. And the main verb given is immediately used after the subject to make an interrogative sentence. Have I given the money? We can go inside the house. What is the verb, children, here in this sentence? Can, go. And your first verb can will be placed before the subject to make an interrogative sentence. What is the subject? We. See the answer. Can we go inside the house? Your main verb is go, and this verb go will be placed immediately after the subject to make an interrogative sentence. I should follow traffic rules. What is the verb? Should follow. And this helping verb or first verb will be placed before the subject. See the answer? Should I follow traffic rules? Now, like this, you have to frame an interrogative sentence. Understood, children? Okay, children, take out page number 16. Exercise A. Change these sentences into interrogative using the appropriate form of do. Children, now you have to frame interrogative sentences from these sentences. Now see the first one. Yasmin eats mangoes every day. What is the verb, children? Eats. What is the subject? Yasmin. And the verb eat shows which tense? Present tense. And the subject is singular. And if the subject is singular, which helping verb will you use to make an interrogative sentence? Yes, does. And where you will put the verb does? Before the subject. See the answer? Does Yasmin eat mangoes every day? See, the subject is Yasmin, and before the subject you have used the helping verb does, and your main verb eats will change into eat whenever you will make an interrogative sentence. Understood? And you will end a sentence with a question mark. Your starting letter should be capital. Do rest of the sentences by your own. See on page number 17, exercise B. Change the sentences into interrogative by beginning the question with the helping verbs. See the first one. Preeti will always be on time for school. Here, your helping verb is will and your main verb is be. And whenever there are two verbs, your first verb or helping verb will be placed before the subject to make an interrogative sentence. See the answer. Will Preeti be always on time for school? See children, the subject is Preeti. Before Preeti, I have used the helping verb will, and after the subject Preeti, I have used the main verb be while making an interrogative sentence. Done? Do these sentences by your own. Come to exercise C. Now change these sentences into interrogative. First one, the bus will leave the station at 8 p.m. What is the verb, children, here? Will leave. Two verbs I have used. What is the subject? The bus. And the first verb or the helping verb will be placed before the subject to make an interrogative sentence. See the answer. Will the bus leave the station at 8 p.m.? Your subject is the bus. Before the subject, I have placed your helping verb. And after the subject, your main verb is placed. Clear? Now, do rest of the sentences by your own. Bye bye. Good day.